5 years ago, my wife and I raised capital, and we bought a business that had been in operation for 35 years. There were 30 people on the team, and we were coming in new to the industry and new to the area. And so we had a lot of decisions in front of us. I came in with a number of well-intentioned but unfounded ideas for changes that we could enact at the company. And one of the best things we did early on was to sit on our hands, so to speak, and not make any key changes in the first 6 months. I tried to spend as much of that time as I could listening to our 30 team members, trying to get an understanding about themselves, the business, what was and wasn't working, and also just to earn their trust and get to know them better. Getting buy-in from the team, getting input is not only extremely valuable to guide that decision-making process, but is hugely valuable after the rollout of those decisions. But nevertheless, there's been a number of times where we've made a decision and people have been unhappy at first. And it goes back to the realization that, in general, change is viewed skeptically. And for us, we've tried to let some of those decisions sit for a while. We've seen benefit in people just getting over the shock of the change, and then a few months later, revisiting it and saying, how are we doing with this decision? Are we still skeptical and scared of it, or is it actually not as bad as we thought? A few of our decisions have ended up being not nearly as bad as we thought, and we've stuck with them. A few of the other ones, and some important ones, for example, moving offices, that resulted in some pretty extreme commutes for some of our team. We're revisiting that decision and reopening the case there. It's been challenging to know when to hold firm and say, the decision needs to be mine and needs to be made here, and I'm making it in the best interest of the company, and when to say, you know what, I may have been wrong, and based on what we've learned, perhaps we should revisit that decision and go another direction. For us, communication's been key. And I think we've really fallen flat a few times there where we haven't communicated nearly as clearly as we thought we had. One thing I've come to expect is if I don't communicate something clearly, it's going to be misunderstood. And if I leave something out, it will be filled in incorrectly. That's happened a number of times, and I'm learning very much how many times we need to communicate our messages from myself and also from the managers down to their teams as well. So they're hearing consistent messaging from me and from the rest of the team. Our decisions that we make every day on the direction of the company, on the atmosphere here in the office, on who we add to the team, can have not just an impact on how the company does, but in how someone views their role here at the company and in reaching the objectives that we've laid out, but also in how they view themselves in light of Christ and Christ's love.